So I wonder if this video is going to get as much hate as my Tesla video. You electrical car geeks are just in love with electrical cars. But there is a bigger picture at play here. In this video, NIO, let's give it an STI. So welcome to Stock Ticker Investigation, your daily STI, and we are giving a STI to NIO today. That sounds a bit weird. But NIO stock is the Asian electrical car giant, and it is the direct competitor to Tesla in the stock market, if you read Twitter constantly like I do. And a lot of people have commented on previous videos, and thank you very much for that, and saying, on the next STI, can you look at NIO? Can you look at NIO? Literally, I think it was the most popular one that people were asking for. So I am here to merely serve the public, and here you are. NIO, is it a good stock to buy? Should you sell? Should you hold? Should you throw a cat at NIO? And don't really know where I was going with that. But long story short, NIO, should you buy some or sell some? But before we get into it, if you have got any other tickers you want in next week's STIs, let me know in the comments and I will be sure to have a look at them and possibly do them in next week's STI. So yeah, drop them in the comments. Just type in STI on Apple, for example. And while you're there, please do hit that like button, help feed a baby by subscribing and turning on the bell and watching every single video on this channel. So NIO, well, recently there's been some negative news, but the stock is going ape crap up. Now this, again, in full justification, is recorded on a Wednesday. I don't know what the stock's gonna do on a Thursday and Friday, but this video, it should be completely irrelevant because we're looking more at the fundamentals. Now, NIO, you know how I feel about electrical cars, and it's not necessarily that I don't think electrical cars are the future. I really do think they are, but I just don't think your Teslas, your NIOs have really understood how the market is going to play out in the future, because at the end of the day, we are living in a capitalist market. Whether you socialists like it or not, it's a capitalist market, and it will be for the near future. Oil is very cheap, and when the world starts reopening again, oil will do well, oil stocks will do well, normal car companies will do even better. So that's something that I was trying to say, and I do think that in 30, 40 years time, Tesla will help, but you've got to remember, Tesla is still not profitable if you take out grants and warrants. Now, that is a big problem because I think NIO is only riding high because of the Tesla hype and the hype with these car companies or electrical car companies. I do think that eventually Toyota and them will see the light and move over to fully electric. I do think that will happen, GM, Ford, etc. And they've already got factories in place, the workforce, and I'm sure behind the scenes, they are already looking into it. I remember when Richard Dyson, the inventor of the vacuums, washing machines, hair dryers, all that lovely stuff, an actual engineer who became one of the richest men in the UK, was looking at starting an electrical car company to compete with Tesla. And he pulled out of that because he quite frankly said anyone can do it. Put a battery in a car, it moves. So he said that there's no secret sauce to it. Now, that's going to get some discussion going in the comments, I'm sure. So let me know if you think there is a magical formula that Elon Musk's got or NIO's got, and we can have a discussion on it. But that is his thought on it, and the guy is for sure, I'm not saying he's a better innovator than Elon Musk, but he's an actual engineer, not a businessman. So that's what I'm trying to get at, is if he's an engineer, one of the best in the world, and he's saying that, then Elon Musk, well, what is he saying as far as the new battery day goes? I don't know. I think battery day is all hype, but willing to get some dislikes just to say my mind. So if you are willing to listen to an alternative point of view, don't hit the dislike button, hit the like button. There's going to be enough people who just hit the dislike button because they want to give Elon Musk a big hug and a kiss on the cheek. That was a bit ranty. Back to NIO. So NIO is currently raising cash through ADRs, which are basically warrants and offerings on their stock. And they need to. Quite frankly, looking at the fundamentals of this company, they need to. They are burning through cash at a high rate, and I know they're not getting near enough as many grants as Tesla is in the States. So they need to raise capital somewhere, and the way to do that is through warrants on your stock, offerings, etc., etc. So without raising this cash and continuing to do offerings in the future, and warrants and ADRs and things like that, I think NIO will go bankrupt. I 100% think it will go bankrupt unless it merges with an American company, which I can't see happening either. But I do think if it doesn't continue to raise cash, it's gone. And you need to be aware of that because it is a risky investment, especially right now, because coming to the next sector is the chart. The chart is currently riding near all-time highs, which again, I think it is just down to the hype in the area, the hype in the industry, and everyone buying Tesla, they always look for sympathy plays. So the sympathy play, can't say that fast 5 times, sympathy play, yeah, maybe I can. But the sympathy play was actually NIO on Tesla. There has been a few others. I think Workhorse Group is another one, WKHS. If you want to know more on that, my valuation, or an STR in it, let me know in the comments. But NIO has for sure been riding this Tesla wave. Now, clearly out the two, if you want a safer long-term investment, pick Tesla. It doesn't hurt me to say it. I do think Tesla is a good company long-term, as I've said in the past. I just don't think I want to buy it here. But with NIO riding at all-time highs, you know for me, that's not a buy. It never is. It never is. I'll wait for a good dip. If I don't get it, I'll look for a different investment. I don't have to buy an electrical car company. There's money to be made everywhere. Now on Simply Wall Street, if we look at all the ratios and everything, the market, etc., NIO is undervalued 64% currently on the recording of this video. But I do think that is partially again because the industry like Tesla and Workhorse are overvalued. So I think that they think that NIO, as far as shares in the market and the industry goes, there is a sort of balance to go. And if you look at Tesla, Tesla is way overvalued. So if you bring that down to the middle, that's basically what they're saying is it's undervalued, Tesla's overvalued. If they come to the middle, that's my logic on it anywhere, but they're saying NIO is undervalued even though it's at all-time highs. Cuckoo. Now again, the company is not profitable. They've not made a profit. They've not turned it over. They don't have a good PE ratio because you can't calculate it. Therefore, you can't calculate a PEG ratio. Therefore, for me, that in itself is a no trade. If a company's not profitable, I'm not investing in it. Regardless of how much hype, if it's curing cancer or whatever, I'll wait until it's profitable and then I'll take a smaller percent gain with a safer amount and a bigger share size. But if it's not profitable, I'm not taking it. So we can't do the PEG, we can't do the PE. There's my opinion on NIO. But if you want to know more, stick around. Now it does have potential to grow for sure. So I do think that eventually if they do keep raising funds, they will get a good PE and it will get a good PEG. I think that the Asian electrical car market is probably better than the US because fuel is so cheap and Asia are really, especially China, really pushing the electrical car. I think that China was saying they want to be fully green by like 2030 or something like that. So I do think that there is more potential there, but I don't think the government's going to help them as much as what the eco-friendly US, I can't believe I just said the US is eco-friendly, is giving to Tesla. So they need to raise it in offerings, which means that we only care about the stock price, which means the more offerings come out, the lower the price because there's more dilution. Now their assets in short term, we have 15 billion and 13 billion in the short term. So their short-term assets do outweigh. But long term, we've got long-term assets of 8 billion and 9.5 billion outstanding. Now this isn't in US dollars, just to be fully clear, but you can see there is a little bit of a deficit, but nothing too outrageous that would stop me from picking a stock just on them numbers alone. Now again, the biggest thing for me is the insiders. As I said, I think this is the biggest indicator if you see that a company has got insiders buying it. If you've got directors, CEO, especially when it is at a high price, buying it, and no one is. It's the same with Tesla. No one's buying the stock at this price, which fundamentally and technically and logically, they believe that it could be overpriced and maybe if it comes all the way back, they will start buying again. But no one's buying NIO, no one's buying Tesla, which should tell you something. The industry is actually overvalued. So that's my thoughts on NIO. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Are you long? Are you short? Would you buy it here? Would you short it here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And also as well, let me know what STI you want next. You can't say chlamydia because you've probably already got it. I've just insulted my audience. Am I allowed to do that? But let me know what STI you want next in the comments. Please do hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the bell, and also check out these two videos on screen now, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.